Chapter 47. The stallion came up next, hugging his mother. "See, I told you," grandmother smiled. "Good to see you too, Mom." "Help her to the rocker. She looks pale as a ghost. I will make some breakfast." "We don't have time, Mom." "Now you listen. You all will be no good on an empty stomach, and it's just plain out rude to turn down a home-cooked meal." "You're right, Mom." "Now, while I'm cooking, please fill Viddy in. The poor thing, you should have told her in the tunnels. I thought it best to surprise her," shaking a wooden spoon at him. "Men, is that all you can do? Surprise the life out of girls?" For once, he wasn't acting like the stallion around Grandma. Colt helped me sit in a rocker. He sat in the other and scooted it toward me, holding my shaking hands in his. Why was I so nervous now around him? "Your hands are cold." He blew warm air into my hands while holding them. How I saw you burned. I saw you die, and Diligence." Colt looked into my eyes. "We did lose Diligence, and I'm so sorry. We weren't planning on it being you to find me, but it was more convincing with you finding me, and I was glad to see you. You see, there is a concoction that can be made with certain herbs and animal secretions. If taken properly, it can make one look dead for some time. Breathing is so shallow, one looks to not be breathing, a stiff body. I've been training for this for the 10 years as planned. It was still risky. It can truly kill you if the measurements are wrong or the body can't take it. The bear was no plan. There was a different one in place. But Diligence kept me safe with his life. He was trained to run back to the edge of the trees, to signal the wolf pack to go to Father. I can't pretend I know what you mean, but how? I saw you burned. I wasn't in the bearskin that was burned. I was placed in a dugout hiding place by Slefnir, who came for me and Abel. They could be trusted. They made it look like they rolled me up, when really the trapdoor held me. There was a small crawl tunnel to Grandma's, that when I awoke I crawled through to her, and here I waited. Grandma had brought everyone some scrambled eggs on plates. My stomach was in knots. I couldn't hardly get a bite in my mouth. Colt ate all his and the stallion, as they did. I moved my food back and forth. "So, what now?" "Well, we took the 10 years to come up with a plan to stop Harltz." A moment later, the floor's door swooshed open. The wolf girl, daughter of Alpha, came snarling up. "I'm here to change with her. I need to get back to the tribes before she's missed." She was glaring at me. "Take off that dress." She came at me with a small tool. She was fast. Before I could move, she held my arm tight with her sharp claws, scanning my band and typing on a small keyboard that showed in the air. The band released with a 10-second timer started, but before a second clicked by, she had it locked to her wrist. "Come, dear, I'll help you change out of the dress." Grandma took my hand as I stood up from the rocker and followed her to the back room. She opened the same trunk. She pulled the dress from under some hidden boards. She opened a hidden compartment. Inside was dark pants and long-sleeve woven shirt. "I'm sorry they sprung all this on you, but we believe there is a traitor in the midst, and we had to be sure who it was before we could tell you anything. Now take off the dress. I will go give it to Alu, then put these on." She held the clothes in her arms. I took them and did as I was told. The wolf girl snatched the dress from her and hurriedly put it on. "Now don't rip it now. The thread is old." The girl rolled her eyes and said nothing. I just noticed with her wearing the dress that her hair was well kept and long as mine, even the same color. She looked a lot like me in size as well. If I didn't know better, with her dressed up, she could have been me.